Gentlemen, there isn't much that makes us guys feel more confident about our appearance than having a fresh new haircut. A great haircut can make you feel a lot more confident about the way that you look. But a bad one? Well, not so great. A haircut's got to be right when it happens, fellas. You can't be waiting weeks and weeks until the next haircut in order to fix the travesty that happened the last time. Therefore, in today's video, I'm going to be giving you my top 5 tips in order to help you guys get a better haircut and hairstyle when you go into the barbers. My first tip is show the barber a picture of your desired haircut outcome. You may think that you've done a good job explaining to the barber what you want done with your hair, but sometimes it doesn't quite make it if they haven't got much between the ears. Showing the barber a picture of the desired outcome can make sure that they're just not going to absolutely cock it up. It gives them a much better guideline, especially if you can get pictures from all the way around the head. Now, these pictures don't necessarily have to be a celebrity or a style icon, but they can be if you want them to. I always recommend, if you feel like you've had a really good haircut, that you are really pleased with the outcome, make sure that you do take pictures of yourself from a couple of different angles, so the next time you go to the barbers and you want that exact same haircut, you can show them a picture of you. Believe me, fellas, I've had far too many bad experiences to not recommend that to you. Tip number 2 is ask what products they would recommend for you to use with your haircuts. This is particularly useful when you are trying out a new haircut. So let's say, for instance, you've typically had lots of long and flat hair, but you want to go shorter and then get more lift on the top. You're going to need a specific product in order to help you do that. Any half-decent barber will be able to recommend some sort of product that is going to do, much better work than the products that you probably currently have at home. They will also be able to tell you your hair type and structure as well, and also about the thickness of your hair, because these things can impact what products will work the best for you as well. So it's good to know this information. And of course, guys, on this channel, we are gradually going through lots of the different men's hairstyling products in order to find out which ones actually work and which ones generally don't work as well. So you don't have to go out there and spend tons of money going through the products. So make sure you are still subscribed to the channel in order to see these as they are released. Tip number 3. Now this is for all you side part guys out there like me. Get your barber to shave in an incredibly thin line on your parting. And before you start harassing me in the comments, oh, I don't want to look like Olivier Giroud with the sort of parting the seas parting, that's really not what I'm recommending here. Having your parting shaved in with an incredibly thin line can be beneficial in a lot of ways. This is incredibly useful if you've got radically different hair lengths on either side of your parting, such as me. You can see the hair on the side here is a centimetre or 2 at the most, and then on top it goes all the way, to my nose almost. But still, sometimes in the morning when I wake up, I will find it difficult to get that parting, especially when I'm blow drying my hair. Sometimes it'll all spray up, whereas if I've got this thin line shaved in, it makes it 20 times easier to just quickly push it across and see where the line is and sort of go for it straight away. And if it's, done thin enough, then people really aren't going to notice the difference between a natural part and a slightly shaved in part. More than anything, fellas, this is time saving for you, because I know that often if I use mousse as a pre-styler, so if I put mousse in and then blow dry it in order to get lots of volume, if I've got hair follicles that are along this line, they will blow up massively as well, and then it takes me ages to get them pinned down. It's so frustrating. Now, you can put in your own custom line in your parting at home as well. I will occasionally do this with my trimmer attachment that comes onto my shaver because it's, really quite thin. However, the reason I would recommend that you get your barber to do this as much as possible is because when your barber's got this all sorted, he's got the, or she has got the parting locked down perfectly. Whereas sometimes if you're not absolutely spot on with which hairs you got onto each side, you may end up cutting the line slightly in the wrong position, and this can leave crazy results, especially if you have got a side parting. Tip number 4, be demanding. Now this is something that we generally are bad at, fellas. You can admit this. I think even when someone does a half shoddy job, in politeness or laziness or a combination of both, we will just say, yeah, that's fine, even when we know it isn't. You've got to be picky, fellas. You've got to make sure that you leave that place with the sort of exact haircut that you wanted. If they haven't taken enough off, ask them to take more off. It's not you being particularly fussy, it's just you making sure that they do their job correctly to your personal specifications. Because in any other job, you wouldn't leave the job half done. You want to complete the job even if it meant working an extra day, and if it means another 5 minutes for the barber, then it means another 5 minutes. And finally, fellas, tip number 5 is find a great stylist who's going to consistently deliver you with the hairstyle results that you're looking for. And this sort of ties in with the last one, because I think generally as men we are too easily satisfied with mediocre results, whereas I recommend going around to lots of different places. I'm not saying you need to spend lots of money to find a good stylist, because in my experience that really isn't the case. There are plenty of guys and ladies out there who work at different barbershops, which may even have multiple staff in, that do a fantastic job. So once you find a stylist that you feel has done a great job with your hair, do your best to go back and either book an appointment with that specific person, or when they're working on a day, just wait for that specific person. It's not you being rude with other people, it's just you being selective about what you want. You've got to be a bit selfish in this world. In the long run, this is going to save you, because when you become familiar with a stylist, you'll be able to walk in to the place and pretty much say usual, and then get it over and done with almost, without really having to describe anything, without having to worry that they're doing it wrong. You're not constantly looking in the mirror thinking, oh my goodness, are they taking too much off, too little off? I finally found a great stylist myself, and it just takes all the pressure off going into the barbers. I'm able to go more regularly because I know that this lady's going to give me great results with my hair every single time I go in. And this is also the case maybe if you've been with a particular barber, be going to the same place for years and years and years, and they're just not giving you the results you want. Change. It's not you being unfaithful. These people, you know, aren't going to hate you or have a vendetta against you because you're trying out other places. You've got to go out there and go through as many places as it takes for you to finally find someone that you're satisfied with. But anyway, fellas, there are my 5 tips for going out and getting a consistently better haircut. If you have actually got any more tips for the guys out there on how to get more consistent results at the barbers, make sure you leave them in the comment section below. I'll also be willing to answer any questions you've got down there as well. As always, fellas, the ratings on the videos are greatly appreciated, so if you did enjoy this one, hopefully you're going to go out there and use some of these tips yourselves to make sure you get great haircuts every time. Make sure you like the video, and also if you're new around here and you want to see some more similar videos to this to do with men's style, grooming, everything to make you feel like a more attractive person, then make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I know the 300 other guys who are already subscribed to the channel are interacting with my videos really well, and I think they're finding them useful, so I know you will too. And I'll see you on the next one.